Gonna try not to swear this week. Wasn't gonna say it out loud, but why not say it out loud? You can be in on the fun too.
And then a dude came up to me afterwards like, yo, when you said the joke that you got.
You swore, you son of a...
I was quoting somebody. That doesn't count.
When you're hosting a comedy show, for me, I'm okay with people talking to me when I'm hosting, but you don't want them talking to you as one of the other guys or girls going up that night.
I was having fun the first show. I had to knock it down a few points for unprofessionalism.
Aside, what did you enjoy more in the moment?
That makes me enjoy it less.
That's good. I like hearing that as a comic. They have helped usher in this mentality of Canadians not recognizing that some of the greatest comedians are right here, and they can catch them on the come up. You hold the mothership in higher regard than the Comedy Store?
No, but it depends on who I'll more likely be with, depending on who it is at the mothership than at the comedy.
So what we're gonna do here is a new segment called
Are They Top 10?
Are They Top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Especially for me not being a social media and online guy, the real support really is showing up to shows.
Yep.
That's really it.
Well, that's what I was even trying to tell people. Like, they're like, is this a regular thing? I'm like, well, we're trying to make it a regular thing, but y'all gotta come out.
How many live comedy shows have you been to so far this year? Let's get into the UFC recap. UFC Noche. It's time! We're like, I wasn't there.
That was high class back then. The king would show up.
Listen, come on, wait though, because let's not lose sight of one very important phrase here: bread and circus.
Yes.
Hey yo, it's Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5. Welcome to the show where we talk about life. Talk about the come up and sometimes we fight. But in the end it ain't a thing cause we ain't trying to be right. We're just old new niggas with another podcast.
It's season 5, episode 34. I'm sitting here at the desk, but I don't feel that great, nigga. But I feel great, nigga. But I don't feel that great, nigga. You're getting what you get this week. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5.
The freestyle god. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Black Zeus, the podcast. I am Black Zeus. You are the beautiful people. If you have hit that subscribe button, if not, this is your chance to turn your ugliness into straight up 10 out of 10, baby. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, hit a like, do something to help us fight Mr. Algorithm, because we're fighting that nigga every day. And we're bringing to you some good comedy content along the way. We are here for Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5, episode 34. I am excited. We have so much comedy shit to talk about this week. Damn, already forgot. I'm saying it out loud. You should put a counter. You should start a counter. Gonna try not to swear this week. Wasn't gonna say it out loud, but why not say it out loud? You can be in on the fun too. Trying to, since we're talking about what the algorithm is really up to, trying to see if maybe my potty mouth isn't the reason that we're not doing a little better. You know what I mean? Maybe I say the word motherfucker. You goddamn motherfucker. Gonna be a tough episode for me, ladies and gentlemen, but we're here for the ride. And before we get into all the festivities, let us get into some show promotions. If you are in the Ontario, Canada region, then I am the comic you need to come see live, and this is exactly where you can do it. Tonight, don't worry about that because we're recording before this releases. The 15th, I will be hosting the Corner Comedy Club at 8 o'clock. The 21st, I will be at the Corner Comedy Club at 10 o'clock. The 26th, I will be in Orangeville at Revival 1863. That's actually a really cool little spot. Like, the venue's like one of those fake venues. You walk in to a building that looks like it's almost abandoned. And then there's a bookshelf. And then you pull a book. And then you're in a really swanky venue. So I always like going out there. It's always a fun time. The drive is nuts, though. I documented it a little bit last time I went out. I was driving out at 6, and it just got like pitch black, and it was really get out-ish. That's the best I can put it. So maybe we'll document that night and then see if we can come up with some funny material. The 27th, I am back in Kitchener for Rusty Nail Comedy. And the 28th, I will be doing a private show on the Danforth in Toronto. So don't even worry about that one, baby. But October 11th and 12th, I will be a part of the Punks Can't Laugh Comedy Festival, Rainhard Brewing Co. in Toronto. The 26th of October, I will be part of Real Negroes of Comedy. And let me tell you, that one was supposed to be called the Real Niggas of Comedy, but I think I got to talk to Bougie because I don't know, she backed out. She got too afraid. Can we call it the Real Niggas of Comedy? Will white people feel welcome? White people, you're always welcome to the Real Niggas of Comedy. Because any show you go to and I'm a part of, it's a real nigga show. So, which sounds crazy because I just did a weekend in London, Ontario for 99% white people. So, yeah. Check me out wherever you can. And if you can't see me, there's a lot of people that watch and listen from abroad. Go check out some live comedy wherever you are. Go support live comedy wherever you are. The next Chappelle is literally in your neighborhood and you don't even know about it yet. And they need your support to get there. Now that some of that good old paperwork is taken care of and filed, let's get into the chunk of this show. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get there, we got to bring the guy in, the number one producer in the game, the level-headed one of the two, and it's probably good that we're both not smoking weed. I'm not really smoking weed this week. This is just, I have the energy. It comes in spurts. But your baby boy kind of dropped the ball on fucking health management during producing shows is hectic. This was my first show back and I kind of forgot all the things that I specifically do. Like I fucking, it's just an active day and I didn't eat and I didn't hydrate and it actually fucked me up for the whole weekend. Damn, I swore again.
That was the second time.
That was only the second time?
No, you said the F word before. You didn't even catch it the first time you said it. Then you said it again and you're like,
I didn't even bring you in. You're not even supposed to be here. Oh, comedy. Oh, let me do crowd work. Yeah. Oh, crowd work. What do you like, bananas? Oh, yeah, crowd work. Salutes to Brian Holtzman. I love you, dog. Dante's in the studio. Yo, that's that whole energy exchange. I started sweating now. Like I was fine. I was fine up until then. Now I'm actually I've had nothing here with it. How you living, bro?
Blessed and highly favored.
You doing all right?
I'm doing great.
You had a good week?
Great week.
Bunch of comedy?
Bunch of comedy.
I know that's for sure. We were together for a bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not all of it. Did you get shows outside of the ones we did together during the week? Have you done the Wednesday show yet in Mississauga?
No.
Interesting. Okay. And actually, Trevor was telling me that there's another show. Salutes to Trevor. Yeah. A homie, now comedian and a patron. Shout out to our first patron, Trevor.
Yep. We need some sort of like model music because he's a
well, it's not like I have a soundboard
no, I'm
here.
just saying,
you know,
certified beautiful person. He needs like a Zoolander, like you know,
right? It needs to be something like no, you know what it needs to be?
Ooh,
has to be that.
You ever seen?
Now we're Twitch streamers. Damn it!
No,
we gotta do subscriber list. And I'm just talking about something serious. So yeah, I was at a comedy show and I was really depressed the other day. Oh, thanks to Balls Deep 88 for subbing. What were you saying?
Khabib and like his whole camp, they do the whistle. Like they're like, oh brother.
Like the sexy whistle?
Yeah, but they do it differently, right? So they're like
Dagestani way.
Yeah, they do it like a Dagestani way. They're like, brother, look at this knife. Like, whoa, brother, so sharp, brother. Like it's so crazy.
That's like it's such an old dad thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But it's so like because I watched like a lot of their videos, and there's one time like because fans, you know, they got Dubai fans, like you know what I mean.
They got Dubai fans. What do you mean?
They just
got fans out in Dubai
that send them money.
That send them money?
Yeah.
Well, obviously not enough because wasn't Khabib just in trouble?
No. They send them
for not paying his taxes.
They send them enough, bruh.
Well, why wasn't he paying his taxes? Damn.
That was just a headline. Khabib's got his stuff in order, bruh.
I hope so.
Me too.
Seems like I don't know, but that stuff that Connor was yelling out that one time.
That's Connor. You know
Yo.
Connor's on Coca-Cola.
Wait, have you actually looked into what he was saying? Those allegations are not all false.
Which ones?
The mob ties.
Yeah, because he's a real gangster, bro.
Oh, here we go.
He's a real gangster.
Here we go. Do you know what, bro? Look into that stuff.
I will. I don't know.
Yeah, he is a real gangster.
I know. He is a real gangster.
But it kind of diminishes this stuff a little bit. It taints it a little bit.
I have to see.
Because they present their whole group as, oh, brother, we are, oh, brother, alhamdulillah, brother.
Yes.
But if you're mobbed up, how alhamdulillah are you, brother? Anyways, we'll talk about UFC later. Jesus, this is too early to be getting here.
Anyways, they get some bare money from the Dubai fans.
Fair enough. How did we even get here?
Because in some of the videos, like someone sent them a wallet, a Louis Vuitton wallet with like 5 racks just in the wallet.
Just in the wallet?
And then he's like, brother, look.
All right, so I'm shifting focus here on the channel. We're trying to get 80% Dubai fans, and then 20% the rest of y'all. But so let's try and flip that. No,
Honestly,
I'm joking. I love all y'all that have been supporting so far.
If we had 10% Dubai fans, all our expenses
Dude, it sounds like if we had 2% Dubai
I know,
fans,
just one Dubai fan.
we'd be. What do you mean? We'd have houses. we'd have houses right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into the comedy recap for the week. Where are some of the shows that you performed at since we've talked last?
Let me just type this in. I did London. We kind of recapped that. We didn't recap.
Did we
this-
recap?
Not the
We
second
talked
show.
about it, I
We
guess.
talked about the first show.
And the second show is the one to talk about, so we'll get into that. But
Yeah.
what? Let's start with what shows you've done.
So I did that London show.
Yeah.
I did Merc
Yeah.
on Thursday, and then I did 2 shows at Bambino's.
Yes. Yes. What was your favorite show of all of them?
Ooh. I would say second show Bambino.
Same. That's exactly. I was contemplating because we briefly talked about it on last week's episode. By the way, if you haven't seen last week's, we were on location at London Yuck Yucks. We're trying to do more of those. So anytime we're on road doing club shows and stuff, we'll probably pop into the green room, record something, an episode or something. But we talked about the first show that we did because we were recording before the second show.
Yeah.
And even though those shows were hectic, they were definitely London, Ontario crowds. London's a very booze town, like rowdy, and a little more than booze, if you know. I can barely see and function. You're hilarious. This guy just made a letter. I still feel like the second show at London was good for me.
Yeah. I had fun too.
Yeah. I feel like everybody had a better I would say Hannah had a better set the first night.
She did.
She had a much stronger set the first night, I
Yeah.
would say.
Pat had a great set the second show.
He smashed.
Smashed.
And he got a layup from one of those drunk audience members. And he's like, this is why you don't mess with autistic people on stage. And just uppercutted the guy. Yeah, shout out to Pat Tiffin. That was really great. He's kind of like Drew Nickens, but not brain damagey, you know?
Yeah.
So there's that. I believe he was having conversations with homies. They're like, yo, you should get out to Austin.
Yes.
And I feel like they could introduce him as Drew's dad or something, you know what I mean? Like they bring,
so
or his more competent,
is
his more
brother?
competent brother, his older brother is like, sorry, let me get my brother here. I still feel like I really enjoyed those shows.
Yeah,
and
me too.
And after the first night, I was better at being vocal about wrangling them in, even though it was still London and they did what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I said it the first night too, like, yo, I'm the guy you mess with. When you're hosting a comedy show, for me, I'm okay with people talking to me when I'm hosting, you
Yes.
know? But you don't want them talking to you as one of the other guys or girls going up that night. You ideally don't want hecklers and all that stuff. So I always prep the audience. I'm like, yo, I'm the guy when I'm up here. Feel free to mess around with me, but give the others your attention because they deserve it, yada, yada, yada. And some people just don't bother listening to that. Like, how did you... So you did a shorter set the first night, but you went overtime.
So
Oh, no,
the
no
longer
sorry.
set-
Like, you did a shorter set both nights. Like a guest spot.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
This I went the long way of saying it. Which night was better for you? Regardless of going overtime or not, which set did you enjoy more?
That's hard because I was having fun the first show, but I have to knock it down a few points for unprofessionalism.
But that's aside. What did you enjoy more in the moment?
That makes me enjoy it less.
That's good. I like hearing that as a comic. Like, I feel like
I can't enjoy it as much because it's unprofessional. It doesn't count.
I feel like that sentiment, you're definitely hanging out with me for sure, because I feel like that sentiment doesn't really carry throughout a lot of the community. I'm going overtime, and I was literally at a show where the guy like got lit. I won't say names, what show, what club, whatever, but the homie was lighting him like 5 times. And it's someone who kind of got bigger on socials.
Oh, okay.
And they were just like, F it, bro. I'm doing whatever I want.
Interesting.
And yeah. That to me is like, come on, man. Yeah. You throwing your weight around.
So off that alone, even though I was having fun because I was going back and forth with the audience and
Yeah.
I gotta knock at least 5 points off for unprofessionalism.
You watched back both? And I know I was talking and my mic was plugged in.
Yeah.
So it might be harder for you to gauge the first one, but I feel like you got more consistent laughter the second night.
Yeah, because I tightened everything up.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas
you still did a little bit of crowd work though. I was like, oh, where are we going? But it was.
It's part of the joke.
Yeah, it was. So I'm like, just don't go off the rails.
I know.
I'm like,
that's what I mean. I shortened it the second time.
Yeah.
Right. Because before I'm like, oh, what about you? What about you? The second time I wait for one person. If they say something, then I'll just go into what I want to say.
So you would say the second night you enjoyed more?
Yeah. Out of the 2 London shows.
Out of the 2 London shows, yeah.
Yes.
I still think overall the shows that we've done this past week, which were pretty much we did the same shows together. Mm-hmm. Second night of Bambinos was.
Yeah.
I did my dab joke, my weed dabbing joke.
Yes.
And I haven't done that in a while. But somehow, even though I haven't done it in a while, I think that was the best performance of that joke I've ever done. Because the actor, ever since we linked up with Rouse in Austin and he put that bug.
Yeah.
He planted a bug in my mind. He's like, yo.
He inceptioned you.
The act outs, which to me was a reminder, because you know who really put me down that path of, man, get the act outs. It's a part of the whole experience. It enhances every joke. Mike Epps. Watching Mike Epps, because he's an actor, right? And I think of all the comedians that are also actors, specifically, we'll even narrow it down to Black too. He does it the absolute best. Yeah. He incorporates his acting skills into his comedy the best, I think.
Was he he was a comedian first and then
Correct.
became an actor.
He was a comedian first. Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know. And then I always like try to make an effort to get better at my act outs, because I'm really good at expressing my energy and stuff. Like I'm goofy and I'm bouncing around the stage and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm jumping up and down, but I'm not like, and this is when Rouse said, is like, bring them into the scene.
Yes.
I'm like, it just reminded me and like clicked another. So I've been really focusing on that these last few weeks on my sets, and just trying to, even if it's jokes I've already done, I'm like, anything can be acted out, especially if it's a scenario that I've witnessed or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
The dab joke.
I know, but now I know specifically which part you're talking about.
The act out of the actual cough.
I know, because I like that's like kind of like Rouse-ish. Like, because you know when he does when we're in London and he's like, oh, old jingles here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how like
goes all the way. We're talking about rinsing the towel dry.
Exactly.
I loved my album version of that joke. Yeah, I think it was really good.
Vino's was hilarious.
But the way I just drew it out, not too long.
No.
Not
long
short,
enough,
but just long enough. Like, and I just hit every beat, and I could hear this girl in the audience like, that's
what it's like.
That's what it's like. But she did that like 2-3 different times. And then I heard her once say like, then the next part is this. And I literally just
You just wait for her.
Yeah.
It's like when you're in the UFC and
you hear
DC
the commentator. Yeah, you're taking DC's notes.
Take his back. All you see is he climbs on the back.
What he needs to do right now is take his back and then. Yeah, that was great.
When you did that was really good.
So shout outs to Sashka for filming that. I'm gonna watch that back and like. Now I almost want to go through my entire catalog. I'm telling you, because I haven't really released the album fully, right? It's just it's locked away on the Patreon. I have my own goofy vision that kind of like I probably at this point I probably one day will just hit the release button on that. I'm trying to contemplate if I do it before or after the show. I might do it before to just try and build momentum on the page. But I've been really thinking of doing my first comedy album Redux.
Okay.
Just a one-off, one night.
Yeah.
Shorten it because it's literally like 30 jokes. It's 11 years worth of jokes, right?
Yeah.
But take the ones that I really love the most, and just update them with my current style, or at least with all the new modifications and learnings. But yeah, Comedy Bambinos, man, I'm super excited to keep that going. I think it can be something great for the city.
Yeah. A lot of people were asking because we were out like barking, like, is this regular? I didn't even know there's comedy in Hamilton.
Yeah.
What?
But that's what whatever. I was talking to Russ about these, like, yo, get out.
Get out.
Get out. Like, it's Canada is just. And what has really been solidified to me, especially, I'm talking specifically Canadian comedy right now. And I feel like this is for the outlier markets too, but things have so narrowly focused in people's minds because of social media, what comedy is, that it's boiled down to the scrolling stuff, you know? And that's why you find comics now trying to like pander to that audience so then they could sell tickets to their comedy shows. But it's almost like it's dicey that way because
difficult balance to strike.
Abbas is doing it amazing.
Yes.
Abbas is doing it amazing. But I really want to talk to him too, because I saw a clip that he posted recently and he's doing crowd work and talking to the audience about car stuff.
I know.
And I'm wondering now if like, is all his audience becoming car fucking, like, is he going to have to do Nissan? Like, that's what scares me, bro.
No, I know, but because when I was doing free times, dude literally came up after, because he found his page to do the car videos.
Yeah.
After the show. Bro, you gotta do more car stuff.
Damn, see? Damn, I gotta talk to Abbas, bro. That is the first time I really caught a glimpse of it, and I won't mention the name because I love this person, you know. But I watched their show. I walked in on one of their shows after they started to really take off, and dude, I'm still super proud of that moment because it was like I looked at the ticket price. I'm like, oh damn, you have to add a second show and they're paying this. I'm like, yeah. But then I look at the audience and it's kids with their mom, and I'm like, ah!
Because the mom's got to buy the tickets.
Ah!
But that's what I mean. It's a difficult balance.
The state of comedy.
Because a boss has material.
Yes.
Right?
But now he's going to have to start pandering to the guys that just watched the videos that bought the tickets. And that's what, when I went to the state, when you went to the state, when we went to the States.
Yeah, when we was there.
And we just saw 80 people on a Wednesday at a mic.
Open mic.
Open mic.
Just to see the open
mic. Just to see
whoever. Whoever. Just to go out.
I'm like, like they know that comedy's a thing.
Yes.
They include it as part of the night out.
Exactly.
It's an option.
That's an option.
Here, it's not an option. People still don't get, like, bro.
It's like it doesn't ring that it could be an option here.
But I truly think, and that it's not the comics, because we've been here.
Yes.
The scene has been here. The amazing acts have been here. What has not been here has the support from the industry.
Yes.
What CBC loves to promote is friggin' corner gas and stuff that appeals to literally like yokels in the middle of Saskatchewan. No offense, but niggas ain't watching that. The rest of the country isn't watching that. And now that they're trying to appeal to those broader markets or the other markets, everything's just ram-packed with woke BS. It doesn't even feel authentic, organic, fun. It just feels crammed full of messaging. And I never say that. I've never gone on that because I see it, but I don't like to just go that route with arguments. But bro, the CBC is one of the worst, most egregious friggin' And then that seeps into the festival. If you look at what JFL has become, I'm not going to get into this again because we have 18 episodes about JFL, bro. Just scroll the page. That's what they have helped usher in this mentality of Canadians not recognizing that some of the greatest comedians are right here and they can catch them on the come up.
We have this, and that's what's so crazy, right? Because we went to Texas. The average level is lower.
Yeah.
But they sell out shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine if we had 80 people show up to a mic.
Because people are just looking for comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The level would be higher than what they would get in Texas.
Damn. Yeah, I feel like this is comedy recap. You have anything else you want to mention?
Well, I want to talk a little bit about the second show, Bambinos.
Oh, okay, let's do that. Oh, I guess we should just talk about that in general.
Yeah.
That is the show where I pretty much crashed out. Like,
crashed out's hilarious.
well, I did, bro. I don't know why. I started the day so great and I plotted. I'm like,
crashed out is different. How are you like when you got exhausted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crashing out now means something
I'm
different.
old.
Yeah.
What is it?
Crashing out is like.
Oh, I'm so old. What? What is it, son?
Crashing out is like, say you lost your job, right?
Oh, you're crashing out hard. Yeah.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
Oh, sorry. ADD.
Crashing out is you lose your job and then you go back and you shoot up the whole building. Like that's you're just going
okay.
out, just crashing out.
But that to me is always been what crashing out is. Essentially, that's just crashing out to the worst degree.
Yeah, but that's what they.
That's crashing out hard.
Exactly. That's crashing out. Like that's people are using
but
it.
I
like,
used it in the right way.
No, because the crash you used it as you're just exhausted.
But I feel like that's still, bro.
I'm just saying
They both are real though. They're both.
I know. I'm just saying.
You're trying to keep me in the streets.
Just so you know,
in the
just
streets.
careful how you use these words.
In the streets. Okay, I guess I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I could potentially.
You're like, yo, I crashed out that show.
You know what crashing out means, don't you? You're gay. Yo, timestamp that.
Exactly. You gotta be careful.
All right. But yeah, like, because I was waiting to hear back from the print shop to get the hand flyers. And I didn't hear from them, so I reached out. I'm like, "Yo, where's the Am I good to pick it up?" He's like, "I never got the file." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I'm on the phone with the guy. I'm walking to the shop. This is bright and early in the morning now because I'm like, it's the day of the thing. I'm like, if I don't get to the shop right when they open, I might not get my prints if I can even now. And I did send the files, but he's like, "Oh, they weren't this file." I'm like, "Oh my god, man!" Anyways, we sorted it out. I had spent the entire first half of the day walking back and forth between Supercrawl and like my house and the print shop like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have time. Thankfully, I had a couple slices of pizza just kicking around. So I had pizza. I didn't have breakfast. I had some water. And that's the only thing I ate that day. These 2 slices of pizza and like a couple gulps of water here and there. And I'm never like that. I'm usually really good about making sure I get like... Even sometimes, bro, like when we record and stuff, sometimes I have to push time back to make sure I eat so that I'm not crashed out on the pod and all the stuff we have to do.
Yes.
I did not manage. You're pretty good with that stuff though, no?
Yeah.
You stay up late. You do that for work mostly. Pleasure too.
Yeah, like I'm up just late most of the time.
But then you sleep in a little later. You get the rest that you need. But how about in other ways? Like, when's the last time you really just dropped the ball on managing time? Or not even necessarily, this isn't a time management thing because that all worked out. I think more energy management and like health management.
Well, okay.
Other than the time you almost died a couple months ago.
That was a year ago.
Damn!
I know. That was the last real
like I just sped through time right there. What do you mean a year ago?
when I was in the hospital.
Not 6 months ago? Not like half a year? That was a full year ago?
Yeah. It was like end of summertime. Like it was Care Bandit weekend.
What happened to time, bro?
Yeah. That was, and then that's when I made the concert, like fully focused, like make sure I keep my energy proper, make sure I'm eating. And
that's when you stop smoking weed too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's been a whole year.
Wow. It's crazy that we just had that. And I just pieced together. You also haven't smoked. And it's been a year.
Yeah.
The longest I went is 2 years, bro. And I don't even remember why I went back in.
Yeah.
I see why you're not like, meh, at that point.
I want to smoke. I just don't.
There will be a time when we're in a room with somebody.
If I'm in the green room at the
mothership
out of respect.
Or like any big, like at the comedy store or something like this.
It may be the comedy store. Like, I get it.
You hold the mothership in higher regard than the comedy store?
No, but it depends on who I'll more likely be with, depending on who it is at the mothership than at the comedy store.
I feel like you would have a greater chance of being in the room with someone you love more so at the store than the mothership, because the mothership is going to be the mothership guys.
Yeah, so I'm saying
but that's a smaller pool of people. You know what I mean?
Rogan's like, here's the joint, I'm hitting it. Rogan's not at the comedy store.
He is when he's in LA.
He's not in LA though.
I know.
He's at the mothership.
I know. Yeah, what were we just saying?
Bambinos, keeping our energy.
Second night.
Well,
yeah,
one night,
crashing out
shows.
and all that stuff. But yeah, shout outs to Bea and Leo. And shout outs to Bambinos. If you're in the Hamilton area, go check them out. 233 James Street. It's a venue. Event space. Bro, I've been flopping that all weekend, bro. It's an event space.
Yeah.
That I've teamed up with here in Hamilton, and they just got such a vibe and aesthetic, and they're awesome people, and I'm just super happy to be bringing more comedy to the city in environments like that, and I look forward to the next one. Maybe October's our crawl.
But they actually care about comedy too.
Correct.
Right? So they set it up properly. They got a light.
Dude, that was so. I went to that open mic with them, with like the first open mic they did at our crawl a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And then we just talked for an hour and a half, 2 hours afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I just gave them a couple ideas. I'm like, do the seating this way, get a spotlight for sure, and da-da-da. The next time they did a comedy show, all the stuff, the seating, I'm like, okay, I want to work with these guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm just super excited about that. I just think we need more. And shout outs to all the new spaces, like creating like cool little like nooks and crannies for people. I love talking arts.
Yeah.
You know, so I do really want to bring something there, and we've been talking, so we'll see what we can do. Just I don't want to keep producing stuff in Canada and putting so much effort in to. Man, the amount of people up here that say, yeah, man, I'm going to come out, I'm going to da-da-da, this and that. It's just so constant that it's just tiresome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I don't love and appreciate the support, but it's like, especially for me not being a social media and online guy, like the real support really is showing up to shows.
Yep.
That's really it.
Well, that's what I was even trying to tell people. Like, they're like, is this a regular thing? I'm like, well, we're trying to make it a regular thing, but y'all got to come out.
Y'all got to come out. Exactly. I was saying that too. Yeah. We're trying to make this a regular thing. So come out and
show the community that it wants to be a regular thing.
People just need to be trained, man. But that's such an undertaking, you know?
But back to just the recap portion, because I do want to say the first show, I was struggling.
Yes, you were. Your second set was infinitely better.
Way better.
One of your best sets, I would say.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
I've been taking the things and the lessons that you, like, even the stuff you told me to do in London, I did it.
Applied it there?
Applied it here. And like
London was one of your best sets too. The second one?
The second one for sure.
Crushed that one.
I'm a second show kind of guy.
Yeah. You guys like, so I'm going to have to start producing fucking 2 show nights multiple times.
But yeah, it was the first show.
Yeah.
Even Sashka was saying, like, it was funny how even though it wasn't going well, I was still like powering through it.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't really fazed by it. So I thought that was pretty funny. But then the second show, I had them in my hand. You know what I was saying?
Such a great feeling.
It is.
It's a beautiful.
And then the dude came up to me afterwards, like, yo, when you said that fucking joke, that you got me.
You swore. You son of a...
I was quoting somebody. That doesn't count.
No, you swore, bro. I'm trying to make the podcast better, and you're over here tanking it. Yo, you're a saboteur, dog. He's like, oh, yeah, no swearing on this episode. Hey, mother...
I was quoting... Anyways.
No, you barely swear anyways.
I
swore 8 times already, bro.
I said I wasn't going to catch you whenever you swear, except for the first and second time. But anyways, I was using the skills
Yeah.
that you're saying, hey, you can probably do this a little bit better, use this to your advantage. So I started doing that the second show, and I can't wait to see that footage. Like, I gotta get it from Sashka, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I just got to download it. She uploaded it for us.
The whole thing? She only uploaded
All our sets.
the first ones.
She said it's all uploaded.
Oh, I have to check it again.
Yeah, she messaged everybody back.
Okay.
She said it's all in there. But yeah, let's get into a new segment. Keeping in line with the comedy stuff, we had such good engagement on that poll question last week about is Dave Chappelle top 10 without including Chappelle's show, which to me he was, and obviously to Dante he was. But it got a really good conversation going within the podcast and then within the community. So we want to try and keep that going, specifically with comedy. So what we're going to do here is a new segment called
Are They Top 10?
Are They Top 10, ladies and gentlemen? Are They Top 10? And what me and Dante will do every week is bring a new comedian's name to the table and debate whether or not they belong in the top 10 list that we will start to build out this week. So right now, the top 10 list is starting out empty, okay? Me and Dante are essentially week to week, each going to bring a name to put into the list. Once we fill the list up with 10 names, every week after that, we will bring one name each or cycle out. Maybe Dante does 1 week and I do the next.
Yeah.
And we say, okay, this person belongs in the top 10 and they push out this person and then we debate why. It'll also get interesting because there will obviously be times where one of us brings up a comedian where the other one doesn't know. So as we progress through this thing, we will figure out how we come to these conclusions. We'll have to bring evidence. If we're trying to knock comedians out of a top 10 list, we'll have to bring evidence. So that'll either be a clip or something historic, monumental that comedian has done that cannot be denied.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that will start to come into play because we will get to a point where both of us have mentioned all the top guys. Like, obviously, we're going to start with Chappelle's and friggin' these guys and these guys and these guys and these ladies. But as we go week to week, and it'll start to get more interesting and the conversation will get dicier. And we'll bring that debate style to the community tab and the Instagram story feed every week. So we'll be doing the poll questions every Monday as normal on the community tab and on the story feed of my Instagram. But we'll also be throwing these questions in, like, who of the people that we added that week, did we make the right decision?
Yeah.
Did they deserve to bump out this person
you
or whatever?
agree or disagree?
Exactly.
And why?
Correct. So yeah, obviously right now we're starting with an empty list. So we'll each bring a name to the table for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Then we'll build out the list of top 10. And then from there, it's battle.
Exactly.
You go first. You bring one name right now.
So the name that I want to put in, for me, he's one of my all-time favorites. A lot of the stuff that I do is inspired by him.
Okay.
And that would be Russell Peters.
Russell Peters.
I'm submitting him into the top 10.
Okay. We should build out a list, by the way. You want to start a Google Doc or something?
I'll put it in the notes and then we'll.
Okay. And then we'll build it out properly. Russell Peters, have no qualms about that. I'm absolutely okay with Russ being in a top 10 list of all-time great comics. Yeah, what are some of the reasons why, I guess, you would pick him?
Just, how do I put it? He's got iconic moments, iconic bits, some of the highest level of iconic bits. And
before really viral was a thing.
Exactly. He was the first viral guy.
He was the first viral comic.
You know?
Yeah.
And like... So,
before it felt trashy to say that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
before you didn't want to be viral.
It was an actual accomplishment back then.
Yeah. But like, he's... For me, like, he was one of the guys that like... The way his jokes were so quick. His response to the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, what's your name? My name's Tap Song Bong. Oh, you're this Tap Song Bong by night. You know, like, bruh.
Quick.
Yeah. Off the heezy.
Yeah.
You know? And then also him being able to connect to all the different cultures, knowing the ins and outs, the actual dialect. How does a Jamaican actually talk? How does a Trinidadian talk? How does the guy from South Africa talk? You know, like
brother,
like you know what I mean?
But there's that little friggin' I think of who's that Neil Blomkamp. I always think of District 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, no,
Either way,
I'm over it.
it's hard. It's a hard one to get, but he can hit it.
Because it's not Australian, but that's like the
No.
base. You start with an Australian base, but it's like a higher pace.
It's kind of because it's still like Afrikaans-ish. Like they still have
Yeah.
that little twang in there. But Russell, he somehow knows all these different things. He knows the language. And for that reason, I'm submitting him into the top 10.
All right, Russell is in the top 10 as of right now. The first name into the top 10 list.
Yeah.
We're not putting these in any specific order, yeah? This
Right
is
now,
just,
he's number 1.
well, technically, I guess. He's the only
he's
one.
number 10.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and would that also be your number 1 comic, though, of all time?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I feel like to you specifically, that is. Because we've had this conversation about Russ before.
Yeah, I think for me, he's probably number one all
Number one
time.
all
Because
time.
like he was the one that I was like studying a lot.
Interesting. When you were like young and just watching.
Watching it, I would just put it on and just listen to it, fall asleep, literally trying to just get it into my subconscious.
That's so funny. Somebody gonna get.
Yeah. Like, and then you would like go to school the next day and you would like know the bits.
Yeah.
And then there's like, oh, like how many Russell bits do you remember? And then we'd like go back and forth. Like it was actually like one of those things.
Fair enough. I'm gonna do something. This might actually help our case in the future once we have the full list of 10.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm obviously, if you've been watching the podcast and stuff, you know I rotate out the picture of the 5 guys that kind of make up my style and personality throughout my life. They always cycle out on the wall here. So my first will be Bernie Mac simply because he is on the wall in this episode. But it's not in any particular order. But someone like when I get to like Andy Kaufman or something, I feel like for me, he's personally up there. Well, that'll be someone that could probably get bumped out in an argument.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyone can get
because then
bumped
it's
out.
on to me to make the case, right? To make the case for Andy Kaufman and what. So not everybody knows Kaufman, like
Yes.
comedy aficionados do and stuff. But
Yep.
it's like that's what I'm starting to think. You know,
Yep.
like it'll be interesting to get there. But Bernie Mac is my first. Is my
Okay.
first for the top 10 list. I think even one of the first. Eddie Griffin was probably my first like real comedy like. Bing. But Bernie was probably the first like realest, dopest. I was quoting Bernie like my entire life. I've been quoting Bernie Mac before Chappelle quotes and stuff. I would say more of an impact. I was gonna say like someone like Martin first, but I would say Bernie had for me just a fucking damn, but more of a punch. He had more of that just hard edge style, you know, which is something that clearly you watch me now and I'm you don't understand. Yeah, I just adore Bernie Mac, man. Like everything about him. Anybody from around that era will say he was the number 1. So I feel like this isn't even like a debatable one, really, for comedy fans. But there might be a time where we have to question, is Bernie in this list compared to whoever else?
Yeah.
Given his entire catalog and legacy, you know what's even crazier is that he built such a legacy through comedy, but all he really has is the original Kings of Comedy. I have seen all the material. There's actually like him practicing that set. So there's a few of those hour-long sets out there. What I haven't seen, because I don't have a Sirius XM subscription, is they released the Lost Tapes, Bernie Mac, the Lost Tapes, and it's a whole essentially album he did like back in his room in Chicago. Kevin Hart packaged this and released it through like LOL Productions and stuff. I really have to track that down. The Bernie Mac show, obviously. Anything this guy ever did, he was just cool and funny.
Yeah.
Bruh. Especially back then, comedians were looked at as you were a goofy dork. There weren't too many legit cool comics.
Yeah.
Like Dice Clay in his day. But I would absolutely say Bernie was one of the most like
The coolest.
bro. The coolest, but one of the funniest.
Yep.
And effortlessly funny and cool at the same time. It's not like Bernie was trying to be, it was just who he was.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like you can go look up on the channel right now. We have a whole like segment about Bernie Mac where we pulled up clips and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The Transformers, Bobby Bolivia, baby.
Yeah.
I almost said Bobby Boucher.
Uncle Bobby Bolivia, baby.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Yeah. For me, that's why he's in as well, just because he's in Transformers.
That scene though, where he's talking, oh, that's my mammy.
That's my meme.
I say that, hey mammy. No, you find a rock, I'll bust you upside the head, bitch. R.I.P. Bernie Mac, man. I love you and the impact you had on so many comedians and just the industry in general. A dude with integrity that made it.
Yep.
And maybe that's the conspiracy land why he died. Who knows? But yeah. So that's my first entry into the top 10. Yours is Russell Peters. So as of right now, the Are They Top 10 list consists of Russell Peters and Bernie Mac. And next week we will introduce 2 new names, and then we will continue to do so until we fill up the 10. And then we will start the debate who stays in the 10 and who gets cycled out. Yeah, that is that. And before we wrap this week's episode up, oh, thank God, we actually left ourselves some time to do this. So you can breathe a little bit this week. Talking about, I guess we have to do one more thing before we get there. One more thing before we get to the UFC results. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another weekly segment we do here called Poll Results. Every week on my Instagram story feed and on the community tab on YouTube, Mondays, we post an interactive poll question. We leave it up for you guys to vote on, and we discuss the results here in the studio. This week's poll question was, how many live comedy shows have you been to so far this year? The options were 0, 1 to 2, 3 to 5, and 6+. Obviously, me and Dante being comics.
0.
What's funny, though, is that you pretty much went from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Quick.
That's how I like to do things.
That's hilarious. So obviously, both of us are 6+.
Yes.
Have you seen the results already?
No.
What would you think is the highest?
Either 0 or 1 to 2. But
Yeah,
then
I've already seen the
then
results.
again, people do follow a comedy page.
Yeah.
So they're
Most people follow
you.
a couple comedy pages.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, you're a specific comedy page, so they're more likely to
coming
have
from
gone
you.
to shows.
No, you'd be surprised. There's still a lot of people that like don't go to shows even though they follow me, because like I have like some friends from the past.
No,
that-
that's fine.
You know what I mean?
The majority of people.
Yeah, the majority of people, especially if it's social media, that all started after I started comedy. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a pretty simple discussion from our side of things. Once again, how many live comedy shows have you been to so far this year? And the options were 0, 1 to 2, 3 to 5, and 6+. And these are the Instagram results.
Oh,
30%
wow.
said
But-
0. You're correct. Yeah. 20% said 1 to 2. 10% said 3 to 5. And 40% said 6+. But again, going back to what you just said, most people are following me, a comedian, which means they're probably locked in to some extent on comedy. Some comics obviously voted on this and stuff. So
True.
but yeah, I'm gonna try, and I don't even think I'm gonna try. I think going forward, we can make the effort to just make all the poll questions fully comedy related.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, we'll sneak in like some philosophical stuff, some touchy nigga stuff.
Yeah.
But I do. You're gonna see some changes here that I think are very much for the positive.
Yep.
And you know, I say this all the time, so I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop right now. Because I'm not doing that anymore.
Yep.
But we're talking. We're having really good discussions, and Dante is pushing me. He's pushing me off the cliff, you know, but in a good way, in a healthy way. I got a wingsuit, and I've always had a wingsuit. I just won't jump sometimes. Bruh.
You don't even have a wingsuit. You just have
I got wings, nigga. I go down. See what I mean? I just gotta give the keys to this nigga because I'm in my own way. I'll say that.
Just say, Dante, take the wheel.
Dante, take the wheel. But yeah, that's this week's poll results. Actually, we got some results on YouTube too. They did pretty well.
Okay.
Please, for the love of God, do not go to the community tab the way you normally do.
Ooh.
Yeah, my guy. I know you did it though. I know that's how you got there.
What?
Or like you already set it up,
I
but
did set it up.
but how'd you get there?
I went channel community.
My guy. The simplest things make me so happy. These are also the things that make me hella annoying to deal with. Oh my God. God bless
30
Dante.
votes.
God bless. Yeah, they've been, again, You notice I've been changing the strategy. I've been making it more engaging using pictures. Everything's comedy related. If we're a comedy page, I feel like it's more engaging. Salutes to all the beautiful people that have been engaging with the channel. Once again, you can be a beautiful person. If you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, the second you do, just look in the mirror. Bam! Look how much gorgeous you got. Like, just like that. I feel like a shill right now. Just hit the subscribe button if you like comedy. This is a channel to be. We're comedians that are making a channel for comedy fans, and we are actually in the game. We're not one of these weirdo channels that are critiquing everybody, but we've never done it ourselves. So, that being said, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. The poll results on YouTube were 47% said 0, 27% said 1 to 2, 13 and 13% both for 6+ and 3 to 5. Any comments? I don't think so.
No comments.
No comments on this one. Yeah. But still, go support live comedy wherever you are, specifically the YouTube people. Goddamn. The Instagram ones make sense.
Yes.
Because they're...
But now look at this one, because this is what I kind of expected.
a more general audience.
General audience.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yes.
0% got
50.
damn near half. Yeah. So that does make sense. I give that to you. But yeah, wherever you are, go support live comedy. I gave the dates at the beginning of this episode for my stuff. If you're not in the area to see me or Dante live, wherever you are, go support live comedy. It is just as fun a night as a night out at the bar or a movie night.
You can also drink too at a comedy show.
I mean, it literally is a night out at the bar. Don't talk during the show. But yeah, it's man, comedy is such a beautiful thing. Yeah. And laughter is the best medicine. Anyways, that wraps up this week's comedy talk. Let's get into the UFC recap. UFC Noche. It's time! Live from the Sphere in Las Vegas for UFC 306. It's Mexican Independence Day, but the headliner was a friggin' chicken-looking white dude with cotton candy rainbow hair and a guy from the Dagestani mountains. Yeah, I know he's not Dagestani. Where is it? Czech or
Georgian?
Georgian. The Georgian mountains. And the only Mexican champ they had actually lost the title. Happy Independent Mexican Day. Happy Mexican Independence Day, everybody. It was one of the most expensive events ever. Happy Independence Day. It's time for our UFC 306 recap. You know what it is. We got the actual pro analyst slash not real analyst, but he's the pro watcher. I love MMA. I love UFC. I've been watching it just as long as him. But if you've been watching our videos, you know that you don't want to take my advice on picking clients. And I'm okay to admit that.
Yes.
I'm the casual take and he's the pro take. And this is DC and freaking
bad guy, good guy.
This is bad guy, good guy. And you are now locked into bad guy, good guy. Don't sue us. Yeah, what do you think of the event overall? When we get, what do you think of the spectacle of the Sphere before we get into?
I thought it was really cool.
It did look cool.
It reminded me of like old school like Pride days, like, or even like if you see like a ONE FC event.
Oh, I like that you're comparing it to sports because the first immediate comparison for me is Mad Max Thunderdome.
I have this joke that I want to get to, like in comedy wise.
Yeah.
Should I say the premise now or save it?
It's up to you because I know you're weary about that stuff, right? You always tiptoe around talking about your jokes on.
Yeah,
I guess I do too to an extent, but
my whole thing is, I mean, I'll just say it and I'll work it out later.
Okay.
But my thought process, because you said like Thunderdome, da 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 da.
Yeah.
I'm like, how far away are we from returning back to the Coliseum days?
I got to stop you right there because we never left.
No. But
look at the shape of every arena.
No, let me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because they were fighting beasts in the Coliseum.
Oh, okay. To that extent. When are we fighting animals again on pay-per-view?
Yes.
It's Conor McGregor versus a lion.
Exactly. How many more years till we get back to that?
That's straight up barbarianism, though.
Is it?
We're too woke to get there. A company would not be able to put an animal in a cage-like setting with a human being, and because remember they get weapons,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
spears and.
Hey, we did it before.
Yeah, but things were. I don't even know what things were like. I
that
wasn't
was
there.
high class back then. The king would show up.
Listen,
The
come
Emperor
on,
of
wait
Greece.
though, because let's not lose sight of one very important phrase here: bread and circus.
Yes.
It's not high class. It's actually very lowbrow, lowest common denominator.
I'm saying the kings
You
and stuff were
give the
there.
masses entertainment and
Yeah.
you give them food and you can bend them over.
Yes.
So to me, we never left
Yeah, but I'm saying, how long till we get back to fighting
to
tigers?
fighting tigers. I don't
How
think
many more years?
Things are too woke and too
Right now they are.
protective of maybe, I guess, when everything crumbles and then we
Then
rebuild
we're back to
and
fucking
we're building
just-
back up.
yeah.
And then people like how we found the Coliseum, people will find like our biggest stadiums.
They find the
and
sphere.
stuff. No, the sphere will crumble. That's a
Yes.
metal structure.
Yeah, everything will crumble.
Fair enough. All our modern structures, yeah,
It's
I
all gonna
guess.
crumble.
What Coliseum or what stadium has the best chance of surviving? I wonder. Maybe like in Texas, they have like the biggest one, right? The
Yeah, but it's
where the Cowboys play.
yeah, but it's weak. That
Con-
stuff's not
concrete
gonna.
and steel. Yeah,
It's not gonna last.
a couple earthquakes or whatever,
Yeah,
take them down.
the force will grow right through it.
But the structure will still be there.
Yeah, but
So
anyway.
how was the Coliseum preserved then? I guess it's not a forest area.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and they probably cut down the trees anyways.
Fair enough.
But my whole thing
And it
is
was
like-
always populated.
yeah. So my whole thing is like, how, are we 100 years from fighting tigers again? 200 years?
Nah,
More? Less?
like I don't think it will happen in our lifetime.
I want.
So I can't even predict.
I mean, people still run with the bulls. Come on now.
You know what's funny
People,
though?
they still have where the bullfighting.
Yeah. I woke up and what's it called? Watched some recaps and stuff. And it's so funny because one of my homies was telling me, he's like, yo, I think this is all legit. Like, thought there were screens and stuff. I'm like, you could tell it was I'm like, why would they put real screens over the dome? The thing is all a screen.
Yeah.
And so the first time where they kind of took down all the scaffolding,
Yeah.
and you heard the people go, whoa.
Yeah.
It was cool for us at home, but obviously the whole spectacle of it is to be there.
Yeah.
I could very much, we have that though. We did. They just tore it down. The one, the Ontario place. They do
The dome thing.
The
but
dome thing.
They didn't have a screen.
yeah,
like
of course.
it.
I know, but like you get that kind of effect. Kind of, not to that extent.
Yeah.
What I would really love to do is do psychedelics in the sphere. Like 100%
Yep.
would be an experience, and I'm sure people have already done it.
Yeah.
Like the very first show.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into the fight recap for this week and then get on out of here. We're already at 57 minutes, so be mindful of that. So yeah, let's start with the main card here. I'll let you remember to please say the names of the fighters, and I'll let you kick it
Ronaldo
off.
Rodriguez versus O'Day Osborne.
Banger.
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 Kind of went how I think I picked. Look, I would like to pick the Jamaican guy, obviously,
Yes.
but
Jamaica.
Mexican Independence Day, Noche UFC.
Grasso though.
Yeah, but that's undeniable.
What is?
She got smashed, but we'll get to that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
But even then, some of the judges made it like 3-2.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mexican Independence Day.
Exactly.
Mexican Independence Day. Gotta be careful.
Gotta be
She
careful.
said it last time, so I was worried.
Anyways, that was a banger. The next fight, Daniel.
Not controversial decision, you don't think? Because it was close.
It was close. I could have seen it going either way, but I specifically saw it would go Ronaldo's way.
Yeah.
Because it's Noche UFC as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The next fight.
Daniel Zaluber versus Esteban Ribovic. Oh my goodness. I was screaming at the TV.
What do you think of the split decision on this one?
It was close. Once again, this is a close fight.
This was probably the closest fight of the night. No?
Well, the thing is, I think the third round could have been a 10-8 because he was hurt for most of it.
Fair enough.
And the reason I was yelling at my screen is I was like, head movement, head movement, head movement. You know, you don't remember it fully, but like he was like against the cage, just trying to, because he was rocked.
Yeah.
For like 3 minutes, just trying to duck anything that he could.
Was he trying to protect his? No, I'm thinking of the wrong fight.
He was just rocked.
Yeah, and he got that big mouse over his eye.
I think I don't remember that maybe, but
damn, bro,
he was hurt. He was hurt.
I really needed to eat.
That was a good fight.
Great fight.
Yeah.
I think overall the event was pretty good.
Yeah.
We need to chee-wee-wees.
I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch that? That was a great fight.
I have to watch it.
And you know, I don't know the other fighter enough, so I don't know if they just fed him someone to get him a win. Raul.
Aruchi Long is not a feed.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
He's legit.
I don't know enough about Aruchi Long.
Yeah.
But it was unanimous. So
yeah.
Yo, and the best part was, so you missed it. He's like, on the count, I want everybody to do it together. On the count of 3, say Chiwiwis. 1, 2, 3, Chiwiwis. I'm like, bro.
The whole sphere did it?
The whole sphere did it.
That's crazy.
Oh, he's going to be, and he's what, like 19?
Yeah, 19, 20.
He's going to be a star, bro. He already kind of is building that up,
Yeah.
but like with some really solid fights under his belt, or continuing to do so.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Look, I hope what's good for him is he takes his time.
Yeah, don't try and do the friggin' what's his face.
Joe Pfeiffer.
Oh, and there's another guy too that everyone's kind of sour on.
I know. I forget his name.
Dana really likes. Oh my God, the white guy.
I know who you're talking about.
He's got like the army haircut.
I know who you're talking. I forget his name.
It's
He's
not-
such a big star. Like
I know,
can't even remember
right?
his name.
Whatever, it's not important. But yeah,
You know who we're talking about.
yeah, you know who we're talking
Wrestler guy. He
my
fought Gordon
God,
Ryan
this
and got smacked around.
about. Is it Dan something?
No, it's not Dan.
not Dan.
I gotta look it up.
Damn. No, wait, look it up after. Let's keep this flowing.
I can't think.
I feel defeated though if we look it up.
Why?
Because it's like on the
But he's not at that level yet.
I know.
This is the whole
Is it
point.
Hall? Something Hall?
No, it's not Hall. I literally can't.
It's like a
remember his
generic
name.
white guy's name. Dan?
I remember Joe Pfeiffer.
Did I say Dan already?
Yeah, you did say
I just
Dan.
did say Dan.
This is keep saying Dan. Maybe it'll be Dan one time.
All right. What's the next fight on the card here?
The next fight. Ooh. Diego Lopez versus Brian Ortega.
My favorite up and coming fighter, man.
Yeah.
Diego Lopez is such an amazing fighter to watch, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't disappointed. Only like what, like 6 fights in the UFC?
I think this is his 4th or 5th. Yeah.
But he
He was on Contender
putting
Series
on
as well.
bangers.
Yep.
And he always say, like, we've been like every time we've done a recap or a preview with him on the card, I'm always like, man, what a nerd, bro. This guy's like, yo, these guys, but like every
I
time
know.
he just like, yeah, nerd, watch
Yeah,
this.
Watch this. Boom.
Yeah, easily my favorite fighter to watch right now.
Mhm.
Easily. What'd you think of the fight?
I thought it was good. Ortega got rocked right in the beginning.
Right at the beginning.
Right in the beginning.
What was his misstep? What do you think?
Ortega?
Yeah.
Well, he's older. So when you get older, you get slower.
Yeah, okay.
Diego's very fast.
And he's young.
Hey, that's why he's
like
faster.
20.
I think he's 31.
Is he 30? Click him. Click him.
We always go here like-
Yeah, you're right. We always do this. I feel like he's 27.
I think he's older.
Type in Diego Lopez.
I'm
How old is
27.
Diego Lopez? How old is Diego Lopez? 29. All right.
29.
Fair.
So he's
Um,
younger.
And not even in his prime.
No.
Not even in his prime yet. He's got a few more years before he hits that.
30, 31 is like peak prime.
Isn't it like 32, 33?
No, because 33
Is when you start to decline?
start to decline. So like he's just going into it. If he should try and be champion by like 31, 32. And then you maintain
For those years?
for
then
32,
as soon as you
33,
start
34,
losing, it's like
35. You
you're on
gotta
your way
win.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you end up like fucking El Cocoon.
I see a title in his future.
Yeah, so do I.
100%.
I see a title fight
Who's a contender for him in the? I guess the featherweight division is
stacked.
this. Yeah, it's nasty. I do this every time.
Yeah. Ilya's number one right now.
Damn, brother.
You know who else?
He will be there though.
He's up there.
Diego will be there.
He's number 3 now.
Damn.
Yeah. I said he would be number 5, but
Lopez.
Dana's like number 3. You get
Nerd
a
it
spot.
up, bro. Rat tail it up. I was howling because I'm like, who's rocking the rat tails these days? It's Diego Lopez, Theo Vaughn, Riff Raff. Who else?
What's his face?
They should all-
Damien.
Who?
Damien. What's
Damien.
619 guy? Damien Mysterio.
Oh, Dominic.
Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic was. You got the wrestling reference and I didn't. That's crazy.
I was calling him Damien, though.
Dom is crushing that Eddie Guerrero friggin' mullet.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get back to the fights. What do you think of the overall performance?
It was good.
Yeah.
And I thought Ortega was rallying the second and third rounds, but once again, he's just a step slower. And even though Lopez was getting tired because he looked like he spent a lot of energy in the first round,
Yeah.
Ortega just couldn't land powerful enough shots for them to be like super meaningful. And then
I
he
see,
also
yeah.
couldn't really get in to take him to the ground.
Lopez was so fast, bro.
He's very fast
He just.
and he hits very hard.
But like, damn, bro. Yo, you know what I've been really coming to respect more so these last few pay-per-views is the body shots. Man, they've been utilized.
Finally,
They've been utilized
You come
so
to the
well.
light. You're coming to the light. of the
Wow,
body
bro. You
shots.
can really like immobilize people.
You can fight through head trauma. You cannot fight through a liver shot.
True. Yeah. You can't.
You just fold.
Yeah, you fold, literally. Damn. Yeah, next fight. Co-main event. Alexa Grasso defending her title against Valentina Shevchenko, who she won it from. Congrats, Valentina. Dominant performance.
Dominant. Classic Valentina.
She's like, give me that back.
Yeah, give me that.
Give me that belt back.
Yeah.
Happy Mexican Independence Day, everybody.
But you know,
I knew you, yeah, because she started speaking Spanish out of nowhere. Dude, I was so attracted to her right there. I'm like,
she lived in Peru for years.
there it is. Because if she was fluent. I'm
I
like, she
know.
didn't.
No,
I'm like, she
she's
didn't just
fluent.
learn the sentence.
She's a real Black Widow. Okay, if she was like in a comic book, she's the real version of that.
I'm with it. She
She
was.
shoots guns like ping, 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 like goes through the course. She can speak like 6 languages fluently.
Super attractive. Shout out to Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Come holla at you, boy.
Come on, at you, boy.
I'll break my white girl rule for you.
I know, right? Just
I like white girls. They're attractive. And someone's gonna hear that and be like, "This racist." Whatever. I'm done with that. Yeah, Grasso just looked flat in that fight.
well, this is what was so great. This is why I'm such a big fan of Khabib,
Okay.
because when Khabib fights you
Yeah.
and you get that 1,000-yard stare, like I don't even know what to do.
There was a lot of that.
Help me.
There was one moment where you literally see Shevchenko on top of her. Grasso just like,
damn,
I'm done. It's done.
I'm done.
I saw that in O'Malley's
I'm
fight
cooked.
too. You saw O'Malley
Exactly.
give that same.
Exactly.
No, when he
There's-
was down on the ground. Oh, but we'll get to
You're
that.
like, you're done. But so
You're done, son.
you're done, son.
Uh.
So Valentina's really been utilizing her experience,
Yeah.
right? Because people think she's just a striker, but obviously you could see she has amazing grappling ability, like just control for basically 5 rounds.
Correct.
Like even, Grasso was throwing up submission attempts. Some of them were close,
Yeah.
but defended all of them, kept dominant position, and just
And then
yeah.
she does the little
spin.
twist and the flip. I'm like, oh, bro, come over here. What are you doing? I like this energy.
And then speaks 3 languages after.
No, she got her championship nut that night. Yo, you know they do that stuff.
What?
You know they do weird kinky stuff. So this has actually been exposed in the WWE. I feel like once I saw that, I'm like, anybody who's ever had a belt, has nutted on that belt or had something.
That's why they each get their own belt.
You get your own belt.
Do what you want.
You get your own belt because there was some controversy during the when everybody got their iCloud leaked. What was that?
Oh,
something gate or not gate.
the fappening.
The fappening.
Yes.
So a bunch of WWE like divas and stuff got there, and so when I was the champion at the time, this girl Paige.
Okay.
Bro, this guy on the belt. I'm like,
Oh
no.
my goodness.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have to censor this. So yeah, salutes to Valentina and getting her belt back. Anyways,
Yeah.
on to the main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the lamest champ that they have been trying to friggin' force feed onto the fans. I'm so close to being the next Conor McGregor. Who says that? You know what I realized? I realized why I actually dislike him so much is because the people that I want to be the people that want fame, like that want that I want. They don't. It's not like you want to be the best. It's like you want the fame. Makes me sick to my stomach. Sick to my stomach, fam. That's like the reason why I'm not the TikToker guy or whatever. It's like because I'm about the art of it.
Yeah.
That's salutes to Marab, who's actually a fighter. He only cares about the fighting.
Yeah. Rob said, I didn't even care about being champion. I just wanted to
When
be
I
Sean.
heard him say that, I'm like, that's exactly how I feel about comedy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Which maybe, before I really got into it, I was like, yeah, I want to be like a Chappelle or whatever, bro. As long as I continue to be the best me and continue to punch audiences in the face with laughter, bro, I'm crushing it.
Yep.
And I need to continue to, obviously, there's markers and stuff, but it's like, I'm not delusional about this thing anymore. I'm passionate about the art of it, and that's what, and that's what to me shows.
And this is
you saw O'Malley. Sorry to cut you off, but like O'Malley before his friggin' before he walked to the ring, they showed him. And he's all like, dude, get the F out of here. You stink. He's like goofing off with the camera. I'm like, is this the mindset you're in? Because the guy that you're fighting wants to murder you.
Yes.
You know? It was like, okay, like, I feel like he's a guy that bought his own BS.
Yeah.
He believes his own hype, and he has some right to because he is a great fighter. I'm not sitting here being like O'Malley sucks as a fighter.
He was a champion.
And he defended.
Yes.
And he's actually a good fighter.
He's a good fighter.
I do not like him for his personality, and that to me does, like, again, this is why my top 10 comics are a certain way, even though I can say that, sure, some of mine might not be in the actual full top 10, but for me, it's like integrity, the way you carry yourself, the impact outside of the comment, all that stuff. So I'm the same way with this. O'Malley, just to me, a guy that's like, give me all the attention. I'm the next Conor McGregor. Shut up. Ah.
Yeah.
Go get your belt back. Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. So what'd you think of what'd you think?
Look, I initially stated this is a nightmare matchup for Sean.
Yes.
And it was. But I still picked Sean.
You did actually. I forgot
did.
about that. Yeah.
And I'm taking responsibility for that because I figured he might be able to land something within the first 2 rounds. He didn't land nothing. Nada.
And my favorite, like we were just talking for the Grasso fight, you could see it on camera. The moment where Marab's just on top of him and he's just like the 1,000-yard stare. His eyes couldn't be wider.
Yep.
Like, I am in the deep end and I just forgot how to
He
swim.
looked at the camera, like, good. And look, I was hoping, like, I do want Marab to win because I want the best guy to win.
I just want the best guy to win. So if Sean won,
yes,
I would be here being upset because I don't like him, but giving him his props.
Yes.
I'm not a delusional like that.
But now, because Marab is, I'm telling you, this wrestling base is so, that's why so many of the champions wrestling base.
Yeah.
Because if you can't keep up, it's not just the style, like being able to grapple.
Yeah.
But it's also like the work ethic of a wrestler is different level, brother.
It is.
It's just straight grind.
Literally.
Just
like, I
grind.
know what you mean by that. Like, literally, like on the floor, you got like elbows just always freaking you're just always pushed up against the surface.
And you're fighting
to breathe and
everything.
And then imagine you're like Dagestani or Georgian or and then you got like the friggin' mountain aspect of everything. You're fighting bears as a kid.
Yep.
Who's gonna compete with that, bro? Bring your Muay Thai to my bear fight. Like,
Bring your Muay Thai to a bear fight.
yeah.
The bear noise Muay Thai. What is this, Tekken 8?
Yeah. And new. Shout out to Marab. Dominant performance.
Yeah.
Up until the end, where O'Malley kind of looked like he was alive out of nowhere.
Well, we're talking about body shots. He got kicked in the stomach.
Oh, Marab did not like those.
Could not. You can't
Did not,
fight it.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
tried his best. He got hit with one. He's like, ugh.
So how many defenses has O'Malley had now? Successful?
We can check.
2, 3, 2.
He defended, took it from Aljamain, defended
Vera.
O'Malley, and then lost it. One defense.
Okay, so 1 defense. So he doesn't get immediate rematch then.
No, because you
climb back
didn't-
up?
You didn't establish.
So what's
anything.
O'Malley's next fight to
I'll
get him back?
See the rankings because in the octagon,
They haven't even changed the photo. Get O'Malley out of
Hold
here.
on. So in the octagon, Rogan's like, "We got Umar Nurmagomedov in the stands."
Yeah, I saw.
Oh,
it. Yeah. So he's about to lose it.
Hey, that's a sick fight.
That's
That's a sick fight.
Georgia versus Dagestan, bro.
Exactly.
What's happening
That's
here?
That's what I'm saying. That's a sick. That's why I liked Islam versus Arman.
Calling it right now. That fight's taking place in friggin'
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi. Yeah, that's a Saudi fight right there, bro.
Of course.
Oh my God. Oh, they're excited for that one.
Just drooling.
How many V's in all the names?
But look, okay, so let's go back to
Let's
the
wrap this
rankings.
up soon too.
Yes. O'Malley versus Piotr Yan. Like O'Malley drops to like 1-2 because 2's gonna fight Marab,
Yeah.
which is so he's gonna drop to 2 maybe. And then you have Piotr Yan, Sandhagen. I would like to see Sandhagen. Oh, but who? Umar just beat Sandhagen. So okay, Sean versus Sandhagen would be a pretty good fight.
That's a good fight. Damn, O'Malley really is just back in the rankings.
It's a tough sport.
That's
now
how it works.
Now you gotta respect someone like Demetrius Johnson. 10 title defenses.
So I heard somebody say this because now that he's retired, by the way, we should bring this up. Salutes to Demetrius Johnson.
Salutes.
GOAT.
GOAT.
Him or Khabib.
Who do I like
Yeah.
more? Okay, so this is hard. But
The actual, I can't believe I never thought of this before.
Yeah.
Because you're always like, Khabib.
yeah,
DJ, Khabib.
if they fought,
No, well, that wouldn't even happen.
but if it was,
No, who's just overall? Who's your OP? Who's your number one brother? You always say Khabib.
I would have to go
Over
Khabib.
DJ.
Yeah, and I really like DJ.
But they both have the undefeated records.
No.
Oh, DJ, yeah,
lost.
DJ lost.
Yeah.
But he has more fights, no?
29-0. I think DJ's 27 and like 3 or something.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, salutes to DJ. But I heard somebody say this now that he's retired,
Mhm.
UFC will acknowledge him again and
Yeah.
put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You think they do that? They should, absolutely.
They have to. He's undeniable.
Yeah.
10 title defenses. How do you not be in the Hall of Fame?
And I feel like it was amicable, right? Because they did the swap with Ben Askren and him.
the trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he only after he lost the belt
So they booted him out immediately, essentially.
for
So they-
Askren.
and they didn't really like him. I remember there was some controversy, like
It's not that they didn't like him. It's they didn't like the division.
the draw. There was no money there.
Yeah.
Correct.
But now we got Pantoja, Moreno. Like this whole division would have got cut.
That's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Oh, Moreno, man. Baby
There would've been
Moreno.
no
Baby,
Moreno.
baby is the baby assassin or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
this
excited.
whole no Manel camp.
Yo, the next pay-per-view is John Jones.
I know.
Huh.
I'm just hoping he makes it to the dance.
I'm just over it, bro.
nothing-
Can we just do this fight so we don't have to talk about it anymore? I'm over it.
Hey,
I'm over it.
We said this about Khabib, Tony Ferguson 5 times. Might I remind you?
Like,
And it never happened.
the appeal of that fight no longer exists.
It does.
I
It does.
Stipe does not have that aura anymore.
You don't know that.
No, I mean in terms of Okay, he might in the cage, but I mean, just he does not like. And what about his last few performances? Are they up to Stipe, like highest level standards?
Stipe has the most title defenses in heavyweight history.
He's also been inactive for 3 years, waiting for one fight.
Hey, he can retire after it if he wants.
But like, dude, you are inactive for that long. How much can training really keep you sharp?
John Jones been active for that long too.
That's what I'm saying. This fight, like,
Nah.
the whole fight just has lost its appeal to me because it's just taken so long.
Then don't watch it.
Oh, shut up. Here we
It's
go.
not appealing. Don't watch it.
Obviously, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. Okay. So shut your mouth.
You piece of garbage. I like that Dante has confidence. Because
It's
if you go back and watch the original Dante episodes versus now, this guy's calling me a piece of garbage like every week, and I like that.
No,
That's
you
good.
called yourself a piece. I said shut your mouth.
No.
Anyways, it's gonna be if we get to the fight, you're gonna watch it.
Of course.
There's appeal.
Can you even like? What do you gauge the winner, loser? Like what? What's this?
What do
We'll
you
talk
mean?
about it when we preview that fight because
We have to do it now because they might cancel it.
That's so funny. That's so funny. No, we got to get out of here because I don't want to
That's
edit
120.
this nightmare.
We're at the cap.
We're at the cap.
Outro time.
But yeah, so that was Sean O'Malley losing to Merab Dvalishvili. Shout outs to Dvalishvili.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Sean lost. I would say Merab smashed him.
Smashed.
Yeah.
Smash, brother. You could keep your jacket. I'm taking that belt on Saturday. I love that. Looking like a Michael Jackson jacket with all them zippers.
And this just goes back to, like you're saying about trying to be famous
Yeah,
or trying to be the best fighter.
best. Merab's mentality literally was, I'm going in to beat this guy.
That's it.
Me getting the belt is an afterthought. That to me is winning mentality.
Yes.
Because the prize is a trinket.
Yeah.
Like it's a trinket. So yeah, that was UFC 306, and this wraps up this week's episode. Before we leave here, Dante, you have any final words for the people? Where can the people find you online?
You can find me online at Dante, CheZDANTE. Follow your boy.
Bam, and I am AKA Black Zeus on all socials, but right here is the place to be. Make sure you're tuned in, hit that sub, leave a comment, hit a like button. You know it helps us out. But until then, hopefully you guys have a beautiful next week, and we will see you right here next week on Black Zeus the Podcast. This has been episode 34 of season 5, Black Zeus the Podcast. Peace.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5.
I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10, and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So, like, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.